your light and your own. And people in darkness can see that light, come to the light so they can see you, Lord. Because we don't do this for ourselves, Lord, because we don't need to. We do it for your glory, Lord. Be with us. I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Again, talking to my parents. What do you guys want? Returns. Still the same as last week's. So it's John chapter 4:1. So, talking to my parents last night. They were on the way to St. Louis, just outside St. Louis. Everyone would probably stop on the way. Here, they do that. We did that in family. We drive to a destination. We find something very interesting. We stop and see it. I think we should be in Denver soon, in midweek. Go see the granddaughter. So, start now at verse 1. Guys, we're going to start in verse 9. The Samaritan woman said to him, "You are a Jew, I'm a Samaritan. How can you ask for me to associate with Samaritans?" Jesus answered her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water." "Sure," the woman said, "you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us a well and drank from it himself, as did also his sons and his livestock?" Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. Whoever drinks the water I give them will never be thirsty. Indeed, the water will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming here to draw water." He told her, "Go call your husband and come back." "I have no husband," she replied. Jesus said to her, "You are right when you say you have no husband. Fact is, you have 5 husbands, and the man you have is not your husband. You now have not a husband. What you have said is just true." "Sir," the woman said, "I can see that you are a prophet. Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but you Jews claim this place is where we must worship is in Jerusalem." Focus on what I'm about to. Now we got to focus on what I'm about to read right here. "Woman," Jesus replied, "believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father neither on this mountain nor Jerusalem. You Samaritans worship what you do not know. We worship what we do know, for salvation from the Jews. Yet a time is coming, and now has come, when true worship will worship the Father in the Spirit and the truth. For they are the kind of worship the Father seeks. God is Spirit, and his worshippers must worship in the Spirit and in truth." And listen, I know that Messiah, called Christ, is coming. When he comes, he will explain everything to us. And Jesus declares, "I, the one speaking to you, I am he." Lord, I pray that we get this message what you want us to hear, because it's your glory, not ours. Fill us with your Spirit this morning so we can be full of your Spirit for the rest of the day and the whole week. Again, be with my parents and they travel. I pray in Jesus' name, amen. Now, last week I focused on how to minister, how Jesus is showing us to minister. This week I'm taking focus on fulfillment. You see, this woman, Jesus said, "I have water to give you where you can never go thirsty." This woman's like, "Where can I get this water?" She's thinking physical. No. If you look at the Bible, the stuff, all the illustration of who Jesus and salvation is based on food. Why food? Well, food is very fundamental have something to give you where you will never feel hungry, you will never feel thirsty. Not physical hungry, not physical thirsty, but spiritual fulfillment. You see, God created us, humans, to desire something, to worship. We always want something. We don't desire something. Because desire is to fulfill us. We are to fulfill. So we constantly find things to fulfill us or do things that will fulfill us. But there's a problem. We're not fulfilled. You keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it. Or keep on buying, keep on buying, keep on buying. For a point, we're happy, we're good. But then we get the need back again, and something new comes up. I need that thing. A long time ago, right when the Star Wars Episode 7 come out, The Force Awakens. You guys don't watch it, but I saw it in a good illustration. They did a skit where they had these collectors, these made fun of the kind of these Star Wars, like these nerds, live in their parents' basement still. They had these collectors and these kids. The kids playing with them, just having fun. The collectors, like, they're all making this wrong sound. They're making this wrong sound this way. They do this is how they go together. At the end of the skit, the collector puts a Star Wars figure in the box and closes his glass, stand back, and his whole thing is completely Star Wars, and he's proud of himself. And the kids are back there going, can we play with them? And he goes, no. Collectors can collect things. You guys collect things. If you ever see the History Channel pickers, guys, these two guys, they travel all around America, sometimes the world, and they go to a collector's house, see if people want to sell their collectings. Sometimes it's very difficult because they don't let go of some things. Sometimes a family member passed, or there's things they worked a long time to collect. They still collect. But Jesus is saying that the water I give you is enough. What I give you is be enough for you to be complete. Because completeness is what we desire, fulfillment we desire. We can only be fulfilled through Jesus, through God who has given us. When we look back with the rich man who came to Jesus, what can I do to get into heaven? I've done this, I've all this. And he's saying all the things, he's still asking Jesus. He knows this is not enough. What can I else do to be fulfilled? What else can I do to go heaven? Jesus goes, you gotta do all that. He goes, I have done it. I still know it's enough. I don't feel complete. She says, well, good. Now give up everything and follow me. It's pretty simple in a way, because technically we don't need all that. We need Jesus fulfilled. You get the point. He has all the witches pretty much in the world. He's done everything right according to the law, and yet he still doesn't feel complete. So he can't use, what else do I need to get ahead of? Because he tells them. And with the story, he kind of feels sad and walks away. The thing is, fulfillment through our natural desires is never going to fulfill us. Look at the Hollywood stars in the past, as rock stars, and people who died. They have everything. They have the money, they have the fame, they have everyone to be like them, and yet a lot of them have died very horrible drug overdose and don't live long. Some maybe famous for 4 years. After 4 years, they die of overdose. Like, how can that? Why would they have that? Why would they want to have drugs destroy their body? They're not fulfilled. They're not fulfilled. They say they're fulfilled. They're lying. Because they're not fulfilled. They constantly buy bigger homes. They buy fancy cars. If they're movie stars and they don't really need that. They have everything, but they keep buying. Same with sports stars. A lot of sports stars. And it's tragic because they're not fulfilled. They have to constantly keep on doing stuff. And even if not fulfilled, even kids, people who are addicted to drugs, heroin, all that, they constantly continue taking this stuff. Because at first, they're fulfilled, they have it, they take it, everything's fine, then it goes away, and they just want it more and more, and the whole thing spirals down their life. That's what Jesus is trying to tell us. You don't need this stuff. You have me. Kind of like children, you guys have children. You've heard this. Mom, Dad, if you get this, I'm happy for the rest of my life. Which you know is a lie, because something else comes, they're going to say the same thing. We are made to worship. We are made to desire. We are made that way. So God made us that way, so we have a purpose to desire Him and Him alone. Because once we have Him, we are fulfilled. And we go out, and we want everyone to have that feeling of fulfillment, so we go out to the world. Hey, I am fulfilled. I don't need this world no more. Truth is, we don't own this world with a thing. We're in this world, we're commanded by God to spread the word, be in the word. But not of the world, but in it. And that's what the world does. That's what the one thing the world hates, don't like us, because we do things not for our own benefit. And we don't need to do things for our benefit no more. Because we are fulfilled in Jesus Christ. We are fulfilled with God's love. So we do things when we volunteer our time. We fight for the injustice, not for our benefit, but for the glory and honor of God. And that was the world thinks crazy of us. Because people do stuff like this, and they do it for the benefit. They go help to make them feel better. They do this, and they don't. They feel better, but then it goes away, so they continue to find out something else. For us, we do it, and that's what one thing that the world thinks is crazy. We're not doing things for our benefit. Now they're saying that we want to help people. Reality, they want to feel good about themselves. When Christians say, I want to go out and help people, we're actually doing it. We want to help them. Because we want them to see God. Christians do it to feel better for themselves. Now, probably we'll get a lot of slack for that, but that is the truth. That's the difference between Christians and non-believers. Non-believers do a lot of things for themselves. We, that Christians, do things not for ourselves. We are fulfilled. And that's why Jesus bashed the Pharisees. The Pharisees were always, look at me, trying to feel good for themselves. Jesus is like, you don't really need this. And that's why we are commanded when we do things, and we do them in secret. Because God doesn't want us to boast about it. Because if we boast about it, we're making ourselves, and we're making us feel good. And God's like, you don't have to make yourself feel good. You are fulfilled. I will fulfill you. So that's what we're commanded. Do not let your left hand know what your right hand doing. Because God knows what we're doing. He will work. We're not doing it for our own benefit. Fulfillment is a way everyone desires. We need the next big thing. We need the next, or do things. And I guess when people need desires, where they are willing to force stuff on you. California, the liberals today, the sad part is that I've tried to understand the liberals, for all that, because they want to be accepted more than anything else. And I've grown some hate towards them because they're like, calling us names. And they're got to the point where they want to feel complete, that they're willing to force you to accept them. Reality is that's not going to help. Because they're going to accept me, they're going to go from the next person, next to everyone, and not everyone's going to accept them because they're being forced by it. You can't force, and then they don't feel complete fulfillment. Because humans can't give that fulfillment of love that God did. Jesus came down to die, to fulfill us. Paul said that if he hasn't died to fulfill us, he had to resurrect in order to fulfill the promise of God. And Paul said, if he didn't resurrect, then our faith is meaningless. Fulfillment is God. He has fulfilled his promises. He has fulfilled his desire for us, and he's continuing fulfilling us. And he's going to fulfill it even when the Revelation says his promise is fulfilled. He fulfilled Jerusalem, even though he fulfilled his promise to Israel, even though Israel has constantly. But he fulfilled his promise because after World War II, Israel got their country. The Jews got their country back, Israel. Now they're trying, but Israel's going to be a God fulfillment, promise fulfillment. If God can fulfill his promise, he can totally fulfill us. So our desire for the next thing or biggest thing are worthless, meaningless, because of this world. The world tells you need this, you need that to be fulfilled. God said, there you go. I will fulfill you. I will give you what you need to love. And that's what we need to share. That's what we need to show. Hey, you don't need this world to be happy. This world is going to drag you down more and more and more. Because when people do things, again, that's where addiction comes from. Desire to be complete, desire to have that fulfillment of accepting, and then, but the thing is, the fulfillment never lasts. It ends, so they have to keep on going and going and keep on getting fulfillment, and then the spiral, and your life just goes down and down, and God goes, don't need that. So you guys go out today, go out, showing that fulfillment, because people will see that, and people will ask you, why are you so happy all the time? Say, oh, I'm fulfilled. I'm free from this world. A long time ago, I had a shirt that says free. Like a free in a Bible verse on free a long time ago. We were in New Mexico, I think. The capital of New Mexico, my mom would go there because of the big art thing. So we're in New Mexico, we're in a restaurant, we're line to go back, and the guy's like, they're free. And I only had nothing to do with Christianity. Just, I have free shirt, America, you're free. I think so. So you like being free? You know, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm free from this world with him. And he stopped me going. I never thought of that. Being God, being free from this world. So the world, your desire chains you down to this world. With God, you're free from this world. I'm free from the desires of this world. I don't owe this world a thing. The whole world doesn't owe me a thing. But I'm in this world, commanded by God, to the gospel to people, to free them from the chains of this world. Go through the whole Bible, you see people desiring stuff, accepting, want to be accepted, they do things to be accepted, or everything. But if you can't live without the things you have today, how can you live with the things you have today? I know it's hard. Like if you lose a car, I know we need cars to get to work or stuff. But that should not get you down. You can trust God to get you through it. If you break your arm, shut your foot down, because God gets you through it. Besides, there's people who actually can't walk, and they live great lives, normal lives. The Paralympics, and we arrive to the Manolympics, is the Paralympics are people who have disabilities that handicap us from normal people. And they go to this world and compete. Blind people, people who can't see, they live their lives. And here's the thing, everything else is enhanced. Their hearing's enhanced, smelling enhanced. They're violent in those things. Fulfillment is something we desire. It's a human nature. We were created to desire. We're created to worship. In this, when you guys do one thing, you don't need this world. You don't need the things of the world. It's nice to have them. Cars to help, money to help. But you don't have them because you need them. You have them to help you through your lives. It's not a need, it's not a want, it's not a desire. We use them to help you through your lives. Because those are more of a gift from God than anything else. Our life is a gift from God. Every day we wake up every morning. God allows us to wake up every morning. God allows us to keep walking, living. He's the one who gave us this life. He's the one that molded us in our mother's womb. And there are people less fortunate than us. Children who grew up without parents, kept them moving from different houses. People who don't have cars. People who barely have any money to feed themselves or their family every day. Maybe once a meal, or maybe once a meal every 2 days. That's why we need to share this feeling of fulfillment to the world. That's why we need to go out into the world. Because there's people who need God. There's people who need us. And again, we're not doing it for our own benefit. We're doing it for the glory of God. But when someone says you're a good person, and you say you're doing a good job, it goes, I'm just doing this for my God, for the glory of Him. That will open a lot of doors. Because we Christians have set ourselves into our church buildings. It's a beautiful building, don't get me wrong. It's just a building. And if we shut ourselves in, keep safe, then this building will die. Because we're not going out, not bringing people in this building. Your fulfillment is not coming to church. Your fulfillment is to understand more. If you're already fulfilled in God, you need to come to church in order to build your spiritual discipline, to build yourself spiritually. When John writes later on in his books about faith that works meaningless, he's not meaning that you have to work to say. No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying is that we must work ourselves spiritually and then go out to bring people in. And it's hard to talk to somebody and someone argues with you, but you can learn from that. You know, okay, what can I do better? And go to another person and be better. We are fulfilled. There's no reason to find more fulfillment. To do things not for the glory of God. are fulfilled. The world's not. People aren't. They say they are lying. Because you can tell that they constantly need things in order to live, in order to feel happy. We're happy because we have God. So, go out. Show this happiness, true happiness you have. People are going to ask questions. Why are you happy? You need this? No, not really. Why? Because I'm happy. The world needs to know what we feel. It's complete fullness. And the world desires, people in this world desire to know fulfillment. And we have the answer. We need to show it. We need to tell people. We should be able to yelling, I feel fulfilled with me. Not everyone will come. Not everyone will come, but people will come if you show them this fulfillment. And people who need the most are people who are completely down in the roots, just scrapping to survive. Those people who need to know more fulfillment. So reach to them more than anything else. They should be the first people to go to. Lord, thank you for your fulfillment. Thank you for your glory. Thank you for your Son that died and finally complete us. Though this is not your final creation for us, in heaven we will fulfill your desires. Lord, I just pray that you be with us. Give us the strength to go out. For not our glory, but for your glory, God. And we Christians really don't need to do it anymore because we are fulfilled in you. Be with us this week. Keep us strong, Lord. I pray in Jesus' name.